Hi, welcome to the PLAAY 2019 Connection Guide. This year we're making it easier than ever for you and your students to participate in PLAAY. It doesn't matter if you're joining us from a small classroom or an enormous gymnasium full of students. Either way, I think we've got you covered. So, there are a few things you can do to make PLAAY as successful as possible. Let's go over those things now. First, let's make certain that you can watch streaming videos. The fact that you're watching this YouTube video is actually a really good sign. We're going to be using YouTube Live and Facebook Live for PLAAY this year. You can find a link below, as well as on the PLAAY website and on the PLAAY Connection Guide. If you can watch any YouTube video or any Facebook video, you should be able to watch the event live streaming on PLAAY. So, you may find yourself in a situation where your school doesn't allow you to watch either YouTube or Facebook videos. If that's the case, you may need to reach out to local or district IT to find out if they'll grant access to those sites for this special event. Once you've got the streaming video working correctly, we need to make certain that it looks as good as possible for your students. So there are a few things we can do. First, let's make certain that your laptop is plugged in. Now, it might seem silly to think that you actually need to have power plugged in because most laptops have great batteries, but there are a few weird things that can happen when you try and run videos from a laptop while you're on battery power. You'll have things like displays shutting down, computers going to sleep, all kinds of things that can disrupt a really fun event. So please trust me on this one, plug that laptop in. Secondly, once we have that computer plugged in and running strong, we want to make certain that the video looks really good. So for that, we're probably going to want to hook up to some other kind of display. Now depending on your classroom and your school, there might be different options. You might have a small display in your computer, in your classroom. You may have a laptop monitor. You may have a large TV, possibly even a projector. Whatever option you go with, you're going to need to find a way to connect it to your computer. Now your computers are often going to have a connection either like this, a little mini display port. You may have a HDMI cable, and in some cases, you may have VGA. The issue is, those things don't always work together really nicely without some kind of additional converter or dongle. So, if there's not a way for you to directly plug your laptop into whatever display or projector you're using, reach out to your local IT and find out if they have the converter you need. So, once we have it nice and big, make it nice and loud. We want all those kids in the back to hear clearly everything that's happening on PLAAY. So, to that end, we're going to have probably a couple of different options for you. If at all possible, find a good set of external speakers. They don't have to be massive, they don't have to be super loud, just something a bit better and a bit bigger than what you have on your laptop. So you're probably going to find yourself a pair of speakers that have either the 3.5 millimeter kind of standard headphone jack, or they'll have the USB connection. Either one of these should work fine, just so long as you can plug them into your computer and get that sound cranked out. So, we have the video playing, nice and big on a screen, nice and loud through some speakers, not dying because it is plugged into power, of course. There's one more thing you might want to consider plugging in, and that is your network cable. Now I know some schools may have good wireless coverage, but the truth of the matter is you may find that wireless isn't really consistently working in your school. And so if you want to make certain that you don't have buffering, delay, and lags due to the wireless connections, if at all possible, use those wired networks. Now an important note is make certain you test them in advance. There have been times where I've checked out to make certain that a room had a wired plug, and then when I went to go plug it in, right before the event began, I found out that network wasn't turned on. So, again, it goes back to the basic thing, test early, if necessary, test often. So, let's go through those things. Make sure you can watch streaming videos from wherever you'll have your students that day. Make certain that you can plug your computer in to make it a big display of some kind, whatever your school happens to have. Make it loud enough for all the students in your class to hear, and then plug it in so that network connection runs strong. And so with that, I think you're all set for a successful PLAAY. If you have any issues, please reach out to the PLAAY team, either through their website, through email, or their social media platforms. And with that, I'll see you on PLAAY.